And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. It is Tuesday, not Monday. We had yesterday off. It is Tuesday, October 9th, and we got some good weather I'm going to tell you about. I'll get to that in just a moment. On our show today, we have your district supervisor with the Orange County Supervisor. Lisa Bartlett is here today, and she has brought along a guest, Neil Kelly, and Neil oversees the Register of Voters here in Orange County. So we're going to find out all about how voting works in this county, and also we're going to have at the very end a flyer coming up for the Disaster Preparedness Expo that the supervisor will tell you about. Also today we have our good friend Stuart Spencer here today, and he's going to talk about the latest technology in wearable devices for your hearing, and also have you a photo about an event that he went to with a very famous person that we'll show you at the end. Running for the Saddleback Valley Unified School District Board is Barbara Schulman. She is currently on that board, and she's going to be running once again, and we'll get to know her and talk about some of the issues within Saddleback Unified. Then Leslie Coretti is going to come by, tell you about Wellness in the Woods and an upcoming event that she's going to be having. Now, as far as meetings go today, United has their annual meeting. Now, unlike Third, that has an annual meeting and then a regular board meeting, this one suffices for both their annual meeting and replaces their monthly meeting. So United has their annual meeting today. It's at the same time, 9:30 in the boardroom. Now Third also has a couple meetings today. Their Water Conservation Committee, that'll meet in the Sycamore Room at 11. And then they have a special finance workshop that'll be happening in the boardroom at 1:30. Now let's get to the weather. And we got a few days of very thick morning marine layer is back again, sort of like June gloom. It's kind of nice, keeping things cool. Pretty thick, but then as you saw yesterday, it kind of gives way to just a beautiful, mostly sunny day. On maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday, it might be so thick we might get a little drizzle out of it. It's not rain, it'll just be a thick marine layer. So if you got anything outside you don't want to get wet, you might want to cover it up. So really mild weather, we're going to start to see going up a bit on Saturday, but as we get to Sunday and Monday, we're going to have a raise in temperature closer to about 80 degrees or so. Probably Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, then it should drop back down again. So overall, just some beautiful mild weather. Look at the overnights, really nice. Good, this is what we call our Southern California fall weather, and I kind of like it. Certainly much better than the Santa Ana winds, but you know, as we get into the latter half of October and November, those are always possible. Let's look around Orange County and beyond today. And we got some nice mild weather. Beach is going to hover right around that 70-degree mark. Everywhere else, the low to mid-70s. If you go inland OC, which is around Brea area, that'll be about 77. Big Bear 58 is their high. Palm Springs, chilly out there for Palm Springs, downright cold at 88 degrees after having like 3 months of above 100, and San Diego about 75. So just some very pleasant weather to enjoy. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Very good.
Exciting.
I love this weather.
Elegant. And coming soon. Your on-screen guide is going HD. The same functionality, a sleek new design, and easier to use features. Automatically tunes to the highest resolution. And menus, icons, and logos with modern colors and crisp text.
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
At El Toro Pharmacy, your health needs and your quality of life is our top priority. We can be trusted with all your prescription needs, delivered free to your doorstep. Call us to have your prescription transferred. We will take care of everything. No hassle to you. We are a full-service pharmacy carrying all your over-the-counter medicines at competitive prices. And we offer complete diabetic care and your immunization requirements too. Under new management, come visit us in Moulton Plaza. El Toro Pharmacy will never be undersold, and we offer the finest after-sales services.
Welcome back. Today we have Supervisor
go ahead and
Lisa
sit down. We got a few minutes.
here with Neil Kelly, who is in charge of the Register of Voters. And I know that there is a very special event that's coming up in November that you're here to tell us about, and it's super important for the viewers to know for sure. So welcome both of you today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Lisa, tell us what's going on.
Well, you know, with all of the election fraud potentially around the country, now that we've got our November elections coming up, the residents of Orange County want to know that our Orange County election process is secure.
Okay.
And that's why I brought our Registrar of Voters, Neil Kelly, here today to talk about it. You know, Orange County has 3.2 million people. We have 1.5 million registered voters, which is more registered voters than you have in 21 states.
Okay.
So we have a large population of registered voters, and we want to make sure that our system is secure. And Neil Kelly came on board with the county in 2006. A lot of great experience. And I brought him today to talk about the security of our Orange County system.
Okay.
Because people want to know that the electoral process is secure, and that when they cast their ballot and their vote, that everything is locked down and secure in our system.
Okay.
And it certainly is. And I would love to turn it over to Neil Kelly to talk about our Orange County system.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Supervisor, for inviting me today. You know, one of the things that I always tell people right out of the gate is that we started working with the FBI in the spring of 2016. So it's been a couple of years that we've worked very closely with them as well as Homeland Security. And during that time, we've taken an approach on election security on 3 phases. One is the physical side. What are we doing with the building, the chain of custody of ballots, et cetera? The second, which is one of the more important ones, is the cyber side. What are we doing on the security on cyber? And we work very closely with Homeland Security to beef up the cyber security. We're a closed system, and the beauty of that is that you don't have outside network connections to the voting system. And Homeland Security has been in our office for several weeks testing our system diligently, and they've got some very smart cyber folks that do that. And then the third piece is social. So the social piece is, how do employees react? How are they trained when it comes to attempts perhaps to send them an email to click on a link that they shouldn't be clicking on? So there's a lot of training that's going on. The bottom line is we've taken a leadership position on election security nationwide, and I feel very confident in the work we've done with the FBI and Homeland Security.
Okay, so let's talk about the actual security that has been done. So you said the physical election security, cyber, and then social. So if you were to break like cyber down, what would be some of the things that you would talk about?
Yeah, so one of the more important things is we've recently put a monitor on our voter registration system. We're one of only a handful of election jurisdictions around the country that uses what's called an Albert sensor directly on that pipeline for voter registration, and that's monitored 24 hours a day by Homeland Security in Albany, New York.
Okay.
So we're alerted anytime there's an attempted intrusion on that system.
Okay.
Scanning takes place all day long on any system, retail, banking, et cetera, and the same with us. But if someone were to attempt to hack or to code or to get into that network, that's when we're alerted, and we work with Homeland Security to mitigate that as well.
At what point in the election process do you actually see something or could see something? Would it be now or would it be the day of?
That's a great question. I mean, it definitely could be now. Okay. And we're monitoring those systems, and we have been since, like I said, 2016. Activity is ongoing. I mean, I haven't seen the activity slow down from 2016, and when I talk about activity, I'm talking about scanning by foreign entities. And they're doing that, like I said, on all sorts of systems. Okay. But the good news is there's no immediate threats related to Orange County, Southern California, but we have to be diligent in our defenses.
Right, okay. And then social election, are you talking about maybe advertising, or what do you mean by social?
So there's a couple of components to that. I mean, Facebook, Twitter, social media has certainly a big part and influence in how people view the election or how they make their decisions. We certainly stay out of that, but we get a lot of phone calls related to what's on those platforms.
Okay.
More importantly, though, is what are the employees engaged with? The people that are working day in and day out with elections. Sometimes a bad actor might send an email saying, click this link, you'll get a free cupcake, right? That's a good example. And if the employee were to click that, you could open up malware or intrusions into the system.
Exactly.
So that's an ongoing process we go through to train our employees.
Now, is any of this evident to the voter themselves? I mean, do we see any of that when we vote?
No, and that's also a good question. I mean, it's seamless for the voters. And the good thing about our system in Orange County, in 2007, the state did a top to bottom review and hacked into all of the systems statewide. The only one they couldn't get into was Orange County's and San Mateo County. We both have the same system. And so we were able to beef up the security on the system based on the state's review. And so I'm proud to say that the board made a great decision back in 2003 in bringing on this system, but it is aging. So we need to start looking towards the future of improving that system.
Okay. Well, good to know, because there's a lot of things that have been going on in the country about voting, and I know with the whole election a while ago, we obviously had some concerns about other people, so good to know that you're on top of it. In terms of pre-election voter registration, how is that all going?
It's going great, actually. There's more activity this cycle than the presidential in 2016.
Wow.
So this is an example, about 110,000 registrations since July, and if you compared that to 2016, there was 64,000.
Oh, wow.
So now, does that translate into ballots cast? We don't know until we get to election day, but the activity is certainly much higher.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
So with the higher activity with voter registration, we're anticipating that more people will turn out at the polls and certainly cast their votes. So it's a good thing.
Exactly, good. And then vote by mail. Now, this was something that I always find very interesting, because you get your ballots ahead of time, and then you get the one what's the thing called where you
Sample
look at
ballot?
the sample ballot. Thank you. And then after that, you do get your ballot. So at what point can you actually mail it? Does it have to be arriving on the day of, or can it go after?
So you can mail your ballot in California now on election day.
Oh, okay.
And as long as it arrives in our office within 3 days, your ballot's going to be valid.
Okay.
And most first-class postage, will arrive the next day.
Okay.
We are mailing today over 1 million ballots to voters, so they should start seeing those arrive in their mailboxes in the next day or so.
Okay. All right. What are some things that they should be looking for on the ballot right now? I mean, is there anything important that they should be noticing?
Well, I always tell voters that they take the time, and I'm glad you brought up the sample ballot, to look at that before they go. If they're going to vote in person, fill that out before you get to your polling place. It'll save time, and it'll help you, it'll be a smoother process for you.
Okay.
So that's the main thing, is look at those instructions and look at that sample ballot.
Okay. All right. And then let's talk about the demographics. More women, more men. What are you seeing in Orange County?
So women actually in Orange County are registered at higher rates and turn out at higher rates than men by about 3 percentage points.
Huh.
And I always thought, well, perhaps that's because women tend to live a little bit longer than men on average, but it's the opposite in other counties. So Orange County women are doing a great job of registering to vote and getting out and voting.
Okay, and paying attention to those subjects for sure. All right, let's talk about some of the breakdown in terms of parties. What do you have?
That's narrowed over the years. So just in the last year, we've seen the Republicans and Democrats come a little bit closer together. It's about roughly 34% for the Dems and about 36% for the Republicans. The fastest growing of all the categories is no party preference. So that continues to grow pretty quickly. That's at about 27% now.
And then when you say no party, what does that really mean?
Well, it essentially means you're not affiliating with any qualified party. So really the only effect it has on you is in a presidential primary. And that's when you may or may not be able to participate in the partisan primary. Other than that, you're treated just like every other voter.
Okay, okay. And then when somebody who is a no party affiliation looks on that ballot, they might have more reading to do, because they may not go, oh, just Republican or Democrat. They might have more reading to do about the actual candidate.
In a partisan primary, you're correct.
Right. Okay, good. Okay, so what are some of the dates that we should remember? We have the ballots are coming out.
October 9th.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are being mailed. The last day to apply for a vote by mail ballot is October 30th. So if you haven't done so, you've got some time.
Okay.
An important date also is October 22nd, which is the last day to register to vote.
Okay.
If you miss that deadline, you can still come to our office in Santa Ana, but you can't do it online anymore. You have to come in and do it.
Okay.
So those are kind of the key important dates, and then obviously November 6th, which is
And then November
election
6th
day.
is their actual day. Okay, very good. What is your take on the whole voting process?
I think it's important for everyone to really perform their civic duty and to get out and vote. And when people talk about the elections and, well, I'm just one person voting, I don't know if it'll make a difference, I can tell you that based on prior elections, there have been candidates that have won by 3 votes. Wow. So it's so important for everyone to get out there and cast their vote on November 6th or mail in their ballot early.
Right, and if you want any change, then you definitely need to participate for sure.
Yes.
Okay, so you have an event that's coming up on October 20th, the South County Disaster Preparedness Expo. What's that going to do?
This is an event that I have every year. I'm really excited about the event this year, October 20th, 9 to 12 at the Norman P. Murray Center in Mission Viejo. Okay. We have the Sheriff's Department out there with vehicles, the Fire Department and their vehicles and personnel. We have about 3,000 people that attend every year, and the attendance keeps growing. We have a lot of activities all day for the family, and giveaways. We have our county departments that are represented there, so you can learn about county government and what each of our 24 departments do.
That's good.
So it's a great day. It's educational, it's fun, it's family friendly, and we encourage everyone to come out, bring their dogs on leashes. We see a lot of people bringing their pets.
Oh, good. That's nice. You know, you do see people with their pets everywhere these days, so that's good that you have them come out. And you know, there's been some disasters in a variety of different areas now in other countries, and so not that we would really have to worry about a tsunami here, but nevertheless, being prepared is so important for all disasters.
Yes, especially for our seniors, because it's important to have, you know, the white bucket with the checklist of what you need. So if you get that 20-minute phone call that you've got to leave your house, you know what to take with you and to be prepared. And that's the main emphasis of the Preparedness Expo, is in the event of any kind of emergency, make sure that you're prepared. Make sure you've got Alert OC on your app, on your phone, so that you get notified of all of the locations for evacuation if we need to evacuate. So just be prepared for any type of emergency, whether it's earthquake, fire, flood. Always best to be prepared and be ready to go on a moment's notice.
Exactly. Well said. Well said. Well, thank you both for being here. Appreciate it. Good luck with all the voting. We appreciate your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
And remember, November 6th is the voting day, and then October 20th is the Disaster Preparedness Expo. We'll be right back after this. Nice, thank you.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, and myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Dental health is important, and it can be tough to find the best fit for your needs. Flora Stenger General and Specialty Dental Practice covers most of my dental needs in one location. Their on-staff specialists provide seamless services and communication between me, my doctors, and my insurance company. Located right down the road from Laguna Woods, our bus service stops right in front of their building. For the first time, I'm getting the dental care I need with the treatment I deserve. And my dental health has never been better. Call and book your first appointment today. I'm glad I did.
Would you like to save money like we do? I want to introduce you to our granddaughter, Erin Reed, who's a Medicare advisor. Erin, can you save my neighbors and friends money as you have done with Grandpa and me?
Many of the plans I offer have $0 monthly premiums and can help save you money. There are many different options out there when it comes to Medicare coverage, and I represent all of them. But more importantly, I represent you as the individual. Call today for a free plan comparison.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From our delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
I choose to let someone else do the cooking. I choose to let someone else do the driving.
Choose to experience the good life at Villa Valencia in Laguna Hills. Call or visit us today.
Welcome back. Well, with elections coming around, you know, we have the national ones with your congresspeople and senators, but often it's the local ones that are the most important. Today, I'd like to welcome Barbara Schulman, and Barbara is running for a seat on the Saddleback Valley Unified School District Board, and I'd like to welcome you.
Nice to have me here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And for some reason, I thought you were an incumbent because I know your name. And
I've been around a very long time, Ken.
So because you're not an incumbent, people are getting to know you. Tell us about your background. Why are you running for a seat on the board?
I'd be happy to. I'd like to be on the school board because I've gone to almost every school board meeting for 30 years. It has always been important to me. My children were in school. I wanted to know what they were doing. I became a teacher in the school district. I wanted to know what they were doing. So it was important to me to always be there. So I realized what a difference a school board member can make for all students. And that's what we always have to remember. It's about the students. Yes, it's about teachers. Yes, it's about the community. Yes, it's about administration. But it's really about what can we do for the students to make them the best they can be for their lives.
And I know that you're connected in different ways because, did you say your son?
My son teaches in Saddleback District. He is a teacher. I was a special ed teacher in the district for 25 years. And I have always tried to do what was best for everybody. I'm one of these, my friends call me the kumbaya person because I like to ask questions. I think the one thing that we don't do well is we don't ask questions. We're afraid. And I think the way you can be a great school board member is to ask a question and really research it. Get parents' answers, get students' answers, get teachers, get administrators. Put it together before we make a decision so something isn't just being put onto us.
Right, and you've worked with the union as well, right?
The
You've
Teachers
been on
Association.
Yes. Exactly. So you're on all different sides.
Yes, and I also sit on the Advisory Commission for Special Ed at the state level.
All right, and I'm gonna ask you a question about that in just a moment. Maybe tell me a couple of your top priorities.
Well, safety to me is number one. A school board member must put financial, really should be number one, but for me safety's number one, financial's number two, and making sure that students get the best education that they possibly can get.
All right, let's go back.
Sure.
Since you have 25 years with special ed.
I do.
And over the last few years, a lot of mainstreaming has gone on with special ed students, which is, you know, a good thing. And I think for the most part, it has been accepted very well. However, every once in a while, you can have classrooms that maybe get upended or disrupted. Perhaps a student has, you know, a special ed student might have a certain form of autism or something like that. It's great they're in the class, they're learning a lot, but I know this kind of firsthand because where my niece goes to school up in the Bay Area, it's not uncommon that you know, every other week they have to clear the classroom because there's a very disruptive student. How do you look at this? Is it because there should be somebody in there with that student the whole time during the day? Sometimes it can only be a special ed teacher that goes in for 15 minutes or you know, every so often.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that for your niece, number one, let me say that. I'm sorry for all the other students. I think that co-teaching is a good way to go. Co-teaching means you have more general ed students than special ed students. You have two teachers in the classroom, one with a special ed background and one with a general ed background. They work together. It works well. The problem is, Ken, it's a very expensive proposition for a school district. But it's what works best for everybody. When we do things like collaboration where an aide will come in for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, it can't work as well. All the students don't know. because I've been doing this for a very long time, when we first started mainstreaming or including or whatever the buzzword is we want to use today, we made sure that the students in the class knew what was coming, how to handle it. The teachers knew, the special ed teacher knew, the administration knew. Right now, we do believe in giving all children every chance they can possibly get. And of course, that's what we want. At the state level, they're talking about we don't want a silo. We don't want these students here and these students here. I get that. And I think we have to work out how to do this. I do think more training is involved. General ed teachers went into general ed because they didn't want to be special ed teachers. And the truth is, special ed teachers didn't want to be general ed teachers.
Yeah.
So I think if we can learn to collaborate and really work together, I think we can handle that. But it is a money problem always, because to really do it, it should be co-teaching, and that's an expensive proposition.
Right, and on the other hand with that, I have seen it firsthand where it does work
Absolutely.
very well.
My son is in 2 co-teaching classes, and it's working fabulous. But you have 2 teachers that want to work together, that are trained. That's what makes it work. And it makes it work for everybody.
Yeah.
And so that's what I would say. More training, put less special ed students into the class, and really have co-teaching if you can. That is the prime, but I understand the problems that go along with that.
Right. Now, what people may not know or not understand is that the elementary schools in the district and in many other districts previous to the Saddleback Unified is now going to a standards-based grade system versus the A, B, C, and my daughter says, well, how come there was never an E? Well, because E meant excellent at one time, that's why.
Well, when we went to school, E was excellent.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's explain what standards-based is, and at this point in time within the district, you don't see it in the upper grades, meaning intermediate and high school levels. Colleges use it quite often. So let's look at your point of view on all this.
So if we can back up a little bit, Ken, if that's okay. This is brand new. They are just rolling it out this year.
Right, they are.
I personally believe that it's better sometimes to roll it out for a smaller group than everybody at once. I think it's very difficult at this point for high school who are going to college and need that 4.6892 to get someplace to say, okay, we're not going to give you grades this year. So I think the district did it very smart by not putting it throughout the entire district right now. Do I think we'll get there? We probably will. Standards-based means the student understands the concepts. That's what we want. We want everybody to understand. If you get an A or a B, I understand for college, that's really important, but really mastering the standards is the way to be. So I believe that starting it small was probably better. Whether it'll roll out or not, I can't say, because I don't know how colleges would do that. And here's one of those things that I'd like you to know as my running for school board. There's a lot of things that I don't think school board members know. And I think we have to be able to research and learn and answer before we jump and say, oh, this is the best thing ever, or this is the worst thing ever. I think we really need to research and know what's going on. And I believe that that's one of my skills.
All right, so along that line, in a sense, there's been many things that have been rolled out within the district over the years.
Yes.
This is one of them where the teachers are like, we haven't gotten any real information. They're quite like a week away from giving out the first round of grades.
Well,
you know, everything is done online through the grades app and things, and they're like,
well, Ken, I'm trying to be nice here right now.
But if you get on the board, there are a lot of things that have been rolled out over the years that turn out to be great, but it's like, start right now. And
I have to tell you, if I had been on the board, I would have said, you can't give teachers this 2 weeks before school starts.
And they quite literally
this is exactly what just happened.
Yeah.
And then in 2 weeks is back to school night, and you're going to explain to parents
that
4, 3, 2, 1 is not A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Very difficult concept to understand. So I believe that sometimes we jump way too fast.
Right.
There's another test that they're thinking of giving elementary school students right now, a reading test, which are supposed to start at the beginning of the year. The teachers haven't been trained. So I think what we have to do is sometimes take a breath, do the changes, as I said to somebody the other day, when I research, I don't go on microfiche anymore. When I was a kid, I went on microfiche.
Yeah.
Now I go, Alexis, what's the answer to? So we live in a different world,
Yeah.
but we have to roll things out at a rate where people can really work.
Okay. Let's move on to
Sure.
the different kind of schools that are now available within the district, and a lot of them have been available in other areas. Magnet schools and charter schools. Briefly tell us the difference,
Sure.
and then go into, we have a dual immersion school with Gates. We have the International Baccalaureate, thank you. STEAM schools.
Right. We are so blessed right now. What a great time to run for the school board and be in this innovative time where we're trying all these exciting things. These schools are so exciting, and the teachers who have tried out to be there, who've interviewed, they're on the cutting edge. They want to do it. They're excited.
Right.
So this is great. Would it be lovely if maybe we could get an art school at some point, or
Yeah.
you know, we're lucky actually. We've had the farm at Mission Viejo for years. It's
I know.
not a
Yeah.
school, but we've been able to have
Yeah.
that. So we've done these things. We really are a great school district, a great school district. I think the fact that we have these new magnet schools is wonderful. I think it will only grow to be more. Very different than a charter school.
Right.
A charter school, now Gates was a charter, but it has now come into the district. Charter schools, many of them are for-profit, take away
Right.
from students. That is not what we want. There are some great charter schools. There's the Orange County Performing Arts in Santa Ana, I
Right.
think it is, and
Right.
it's great. So I hate to say all charters are bad, all charters are good, all magnets are good, all magnets aren't good. I think we have to work it and make it work the best we can, and I'm so excited. Saddleback is on the cutting edge.
All right, great to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
If you'd like to find out more about Barbara, you can go to her website, and or I always say the easiest way is just to Google her name, but barbaraforschoolboard.com.
Yes.
And good luck to you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you for coming
it was
on.
such a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. We'll be right back.
Your attention. Please take down this number. Did you know that adults with untreated hearing loss experience a 30 to 40% faster decline in cognitive abilities and are more likely to develop dementia? Those with a mild hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have a history of falling. An annual hearing screening is urgent for memory care to help prevent cognitive decline and thus delay the onset of dementia. Free hearing checkups are now being offered free of charge. If you have not had an annual hearing exam, please take advantage of this free opportunity. If hearing loss is detected, hearing aids will be available to try for 10 days. Evaluations only take 30 minutes, but you must call for an appointment. Hearing screening is urgent for memory care. Please take preventive action. Call now.
You were telling me about this amazing trip that you took with your family.
Yeah.
Where do you see this? Where do you hear about this? You work with this foundation? Who?
It's an amazing group of people. It's the Starkey Hearing Foundation out of Minneapolis. And about 15 years ago, I met them. They're amazing people, Bill and Tanny Austin, and they're in the hearing aid business. But that's their business. Their hearts are, they're like the most amazing people, Jimmy. The foundation travels around the world finding people who have hearing problems, and they provide free hearing aids for them. Last year, they gave away 100,000 free hearing aids to people all around the world. So I've been going to their galas and helping them raise money, and my granddaughter Ella was taking sign language, and we thought, well, this might be a great thing for her to, you know, use it and see what it's really like to help people.
Because some of these kids are hearing for the first time.
So we flew to Peru. We were in Cusco, Peru. Janice and I, my amazing daughter Jenny, husband Mike, and my 2 granddaughters, and we learned how to fit hearing aids and how to adjust them and change people's lives. So one story, I had a woman in my, sitting with me, and I'm like her, you know, I'm gonna make her hear for the first time in her life. She's 19 years old. She lost her hearing when she was 9 days old. to meningitis. She had a 2-month-old baby with her. So mother's holding the baby, and I'm fitting her hearing aid, and I start talking to her, and she hears me for the first time in her life. She's hearing sound, and it's my voice. And she looks up at me, and she starts crying, and then her baby cried, and she heard a baby for the first time, and we all held each other, and that happened 6, 7, 8 times a day. So I brought a little piece of video. This is an adorable little girl. She's 8 years old. She couldn't hear. I got her to hear, and now she had a little bit of voice, couldn't make sounds, and I tried to show her how to make sounds and hold my throat where it vibrates. So this is a little piece of...
It's Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Oh. Oh. La.
La, la.
Oh.
La.
It's amazing. You know, we talk about the foundation a lot,
Yeah.
you know, and then the significance of, you know, their work around the world, you know, and I just thought this would be a really great clip to share to show exactly what happens,
Yeah.
you know, and how powerful those moments are, you know.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. You know, that goes on all day long, you know, all day long. You know, all these different stations.
That is
people,
amazing.
You know, work in the different stations, you know, whether it's, you know, some of the people are adults, you know, many are children. Like he fit there, and you know, my gosh, their eyes just light up. You know, when we're fitting them, we always watch their eyes.
Yeah.
And you can just see the expression. Almost breaks my heart to think about it. You know, just the light comes into their whole mind. You know, when that sound turns it on. So it's good work.
And you
know,
were telling me Billy works with Foundation a lot. The
he's
Starkey
amazing.
Foundation.
You know, he's a great contributor. You know, his wife Janice. You know, I know her well. You know, I helped fit her mom. You know, with some hearing devices over here for years. And Janice, she's really a sweet lady. And so you know, they give back a lot. You know, they give back a lot. So it's good stuff. You know, the foundation. You know, this month, you know, they'll go to India. They'll fit over 8,000 kids in India.
Wow.
I mean, it's a lot of work, right? It's a
Yeah.
lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of resources go into that. But, you know, you just can't even imagine, you know, the ripple effect that has.
Yeah.
You know, with their families, their friends, their educations, just, you know, all the relationships that they develop and, you know, where they go on to be from there as adults. So, you know, powerful stuff. They also go to Panama. The foundation has about 60 continuous operations around the world now that people that they fit with those hearing aids can go back to and get service and care for their hearing aids or batteries or, you know, more counseling, you know, so it's becoming extremely sustainable.
Yeah.
So we're real proud of the work they're doing there.
Well, let's talk about some of the technology, and you always talk about the advanced technology, and we got some photos that we're going to show. But there's actual devices now, and I don't know if I have them in kind of the right order we're going to talk about.
That's okay, sure.
But with it has artificial intelligence, which of course is coming to phones and things like this. And this is really how a lot of this stuff is integrating now, right?
I tell you, this is real integration. This is so exciting. You know, I was back in Minneapolis 2 weeks ago learning about this product and how to fit it and counsel people on how to wear it. And I'm wearing them right now. And, you know, they're just a little over-the-ear type that comes in here. You know, they tie into my iPhone. And so it measures a lot of different things. It has artificial intelligence, so it captures a lot of information. They also have sensors in them. It's the first hearing aids to have artificial intelligence and sensors. So what it does is it monitors all your activity, you know, your socialization activity, your body movements throughout the day. It'll track the number of steps you take. You know, I mean, doctors are always telling people, you know, our patients, hey, be more active, right? So now they can track how active they really are. You know, it shows how much social stimulation they have from all the auditory
So it's more than
information
just the hearing aid part of it.
So we don't even call it a hearing aid anymore. We call it a healthable.
Yeah.
You know, and you can get that score on your phone every day, and it records it throughout the whole month, so you can just track it and see how much more active you're being. And of course, you know, guess what? You know, it also helps you hear better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, the hearing clarity is just amazing. You know, you talk about total transparent hearing. You know, where I was sitting in a restaurant bar kind of situation after one of these training classes, about 100 people were around. And this guy says, you know what? I hear so well. And he was a gentleman that had worn hearing aids a long time. He said, I haven't even thought about asking somebody to repeat. This noise doesn't bother me. Everything is so clear.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, Eddie, you're right. I said, I haven't even thought about it. This is just amazing. And you know, it was pretty much of a conclusion with everybody that was wearing the hearing aids. Better technology works.
Yeah.
Faster, smarter processors. All this integrated into it. It's amazing.
And it even translates languages. So
oh my gosh, it translates 23 different languages.
Wow. And it does it on the fly?
So it does it on the phone.
Wow.
So, you know, like somebody would talk and like you would say something, it would translate it
right,
into their language.
Right, that's what I mean.
So
yeah.
they could read it.
Wow.
They talk back in their language, and it's repeated in English in your hearing aids.
Wow.
I mean, it's phenomenal, and it just works so seamlessly. You know, I mean, so you can have a conversation anywhere. And look, we're in Southern California, right? How many languages do we have here?
This is like
a lot.
You know, I years ago used to watch shows like Star Trek and things like that.
Right.
And they would talk about, of course, everything was in English, but in a sense, what was happening is that their little devices were universal translators. Remember?
That's right. Sure.
Well, now
of
we
course.
have that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, like the cell phones they have.
Yeah.
Right? They flipped it open and talked to somebody down on the ground. You know,
yeah.
in the spaceship. No, this stuff is really taking it to a whole different level. Starkey's the first one to have artificial intelligence in their hearing system.
And this is some of that we're seeing here, the chip inside of
That's
there.
right,
Yeah.
exactly, and the sensors and the AI. I mean, it's going to be a remarkable breakthrough for people.
Yeah, I love the translator thing. That is just incredible.
It's exciting.
I mean, that is something that someone could get, and I'm sure one day it'll be marketed. Maybe it is. I'm going to Europe for a few months.
There you go.
My hearing's perfect, but
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have people
But
that
to
are
have something
so
like
excited
that.
about this with all these features that are included without even correcting their hearing loss.
Wow.
So, you know, we're driving it down to where it's just a much more practical
and they're
device
small.
to use.
They're you know, the tech behind this is incredible.
So with the television devices that we connect to now, you can just tap your ear and it'll connect to your TV. So you hear right in your hearing aid.
Yeah.
And then you tap it and it'll stop so you can have a conversation.
Amazing. I think we have a photo of you and Billy Crystal up here.
That's
that
right.
we
You know,
can
this
show.
was at the gala this year.
Was it here?
And
in Southern
it was
California?
in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, okay.
And you know, he's just a good friend and just a wonderful guy. And there we are, all spiffed up for the gala. And
looking great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, we're a little bit out of time here.
No problem.
So next time we'll get an update on the willow tree.
All right, that's a deal.
It's moving along.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you very much. You take care.
I will.
We'll be right back.
Do you hear but not understand? I have good news for you. A proprietary system for verifying hearing correction, Verified Best Speech Clarity, is now available through the All-American Hearing Network. This means hearing improvement can now be verified and documented. Your individual hearing correction is guaranteed in writing. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot. Try AMP, the world's smallest hearing aid at an unbelievably small price, just $750. It's ready to go in one visit, comfortable to wear, and virtually invisible when worn. Yes, you can now have verified best speech clarity. Hear every word. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot, risk-free.
Dr. Farman Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry is located right outside Gate 6 and has been keeping the village smiling for many years.
I trust Dr. Farman with all my dental procedures and all my dental work. Thank goodness I found Dr. Farman.
We have been serving the community of Laguna Woods for almost 20 years now. Come and visit us at Brilliant Smile for all your dental needs.
We are close to Gate 6, near Snooty Fox Restaurant, behind Coco's.
I'm Dr. Trin. You may know me from Memorial Care, Alzheimer's Orange County, and Irvine Clinical Research. Alzheimer's is the third leading cause of death in Orange County. The problem is, we're making this diagnosis way too late, after the damage is done. We don't want to wait for this to happen. We want to catch this early. Please come see me for a free consultation and discuss ways to minimize your risk for Alzheimer's disease.
If you have Medicare, you got to get Alignment Health Plan's Black Card. It's a member-only benefit, unlike anything I've ever seen, giving you access to one-on-one health support any time of day or night. Need to schedule an appointment or need it right there? They'll take care of it. Now you can talk to a doctor 24 hours a day. Call them and get a card of your own, and all the benefits you deserve, too.
I did whatever I felt I had to in order to feed my addiction. I couldn't fight it anymore, but I didn't know how to stop. When I hit bottom, my family intervened and found beginnings treatment centers. Today, I'm not a slave to my addiction. I have my family and my life back. I hope and pray that if you or a loved one needs help, that you make the call like I did.
Welcome back. Today in studio we have Leslie Coretti, who is here from Wellness in the Woods, and her guest today is Dr. Cheryl Alvarez, who's with Mission Hospital. Welcome both of you today.
Thank you so much for having us.
So, you know, we always see you on TV, you always have some great guests, but this time you have an event, and I know you've put on many events. It's an event that's going to be about a healthy brain, right?
Yes, but this is actually the very first time that we've done this here in Laguna Woods.
Oh, so this is a new one?
This is a new one,
okay.
Yes.
All
so
right.
we're expanding our possibilities to keep us all healthier.
Oh, well, good. Well,
Yes.
good. So tell me a little bit about the Brain Expo.
Okay, well, we are going to have Dr. Cheryl Alvarez.
Okay.
And she is from the Mind and Memory program, and she works in Mission Hospital.
Okay.
And let her tell a little bit more about what she's going to talk about.
Okay,
And we have two other doctors that are going to be speaking as well this day.
All right, great. So tell me a little bit about what you do over there.
Yeah, so I'm from the Mind and Memory program at Mission Hospital, which is a joint venture between the Alzheimer's Family Center and Mission Hospital. And so the event that we're going to be doing this Saturday for the Healthy Brain Expo is put on with the Alzheimer's Family Center. And as Leslie said, we're going to have several great speakers. We're going to be talking about brain health, talking about how to keep your brain healthy, what to do if you have a problem. We'll talk about some superfoods and supplements, and we'll also talk about medication in seniors.
Okay, all right. And then tell me about the program that's at Mission Hospital. Is it something that you sign up for, or do you walk in, or how does that work?
The Mind and Memory program at Mission Hospital is for people who are having some kind of memory issue, memory loss, or worry about memory loss, and are also living with a type of mental health issue like depression or anxiety or trauma. And so it's a half-day program.
Okay.
They can call and get information about it, and then sign up for the program and attend it up to 4 days a week.
Oh, okay.
For a half
All
a
right.
day.
Now, is that something that a doctor would refer you to?
A doctor might refer you to it, but you could also refer yourself to it.
Oh,
so
okay.
you could actually take the steps to get yourself signed up for it. Okay. And of course, like we promote at the Healthy Brain Fair, taking steps to take care of yourself and do good things for your brain, that's definitely one of them if someone's dealing with memory loss and a psychological issue.
Okay, all right. Now, of course, many of us think we are losing our memory because we have forgotten where we put our keys, or we forget other things that are pretty easy to do.
Yes.
But that's not memory loss.
I hope not. I also forget
We'd
those
all be in
things.
trouble. We would be, wouldn't we?
That's probably normal.
Okay.
So there are some normal experiences as we age. We do tend to lose our attention and concentration a little bit more easily. We may also struggle with walking into a room and trying to remember what we went in there for. That's really normal.
Okay.
But things that are not normal, or things that might be cause for more concern, are like forgetting what you had for breakfast, forgetting.
Leslie and I are both in trouble. What did I have for breakfast?
We didn't have one.
I don't think I did.
Everyone's trying to remember what they have for breakfast.
No, for sure, yep.
Or forgetting the name of someone close to you, or getting lost in a familiar place. Those would be warning signs that might warrant some further consideration.
But you're also talking about repetition. So for instance, if it just happens to me once in a while, but if it's happening on a regular basis, then you definitely need to be concerned.
If it interferes with your life.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so if it's interfering with your life and you're finding you're not able to, or you're missing some appointments, or forgetting to meet up with friends. I'm not looking at you, Leslie. But if you forget to meet up with your friends,
she's hinting at you.
I'm telling everyone, but these are concerns that if you find that that's happening in your life, that would definitely warrant some further investigation.
Right. Okay.
One of the things we'll have at the Healthy Brain Expo is memory checkups. So people have an opportunity to come in and get their memory looked at and get an idea of if what they're experiencing is normal, or if it might be something that warrants some additional investigation.
So what kind of questions would you ask, or what sort of tests would you put them through at this event?
So the test that's given is a really simple sort of screening tool, if you will. And so it's not diagnostic. It really just says, is this normal? Is this like forgetting your keys once in a while, or walking into a room and not remembering it? Or is it something that might point to something a little bit more organic?
Okay.
And so meaning, could it be an early stage disease? Could it be even an infection? It could. Memory loss can be attributed to so many things.
Yeah,
So
they look at all of that.
Right, okay, good. And then one other thing that you mentioned is superfoods. Give me an example of something that would help with memory. That's just food.
If you ever look at a walnut, you'll notice that the shape of a walnut is shaped
like a brain.
Like a brain.
Hey, that's
so
pretty cool.
It's a wonderful example of food being thy medicine in nature.
Interesting.
And so walnuts do have a really natural protective element that helps support the brain and keep it strong and well connected, which is what we all want as we get older.
Yeah, we all love walnuts. I mean, most people do. But what about, so if somebody has a nut allergy though, what are some other foods?
So the shopping list would always, you'd want to include things like kale, blueberries. There's so many others, and the nutritionist and dietitian who's giving the talk on Saturday,
she'll be there too.
Yes.
She'll be there,
good.
and there'll be a full
we'll
talk
actually
about it.
have 3 doctors
Okay.
that are going to be speaking.
Right, so you said 3 doctors. So we're going to have you there, and then a
And 2 others,
nutritionist, and what is the third one?
The third one is a pharmacist, and it's about over-medication in seniors.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes,
Because
it's an important
unfortunately,
one.
I feel like though things are changing. I was just having a conversation with my brother who's a doctor, and he was talking about how now there's so many more levels that you have to go through to get any kind of medication, especially opioids.
Good.
So yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
good.
So things are definitely changing. Okay, let's talk real quickly about the event. I know we had some information we were just discussing now. It's going to be this Saturday, October 13th, and it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And where is that going to be? Oh, Clubhouse 7.
Yes, Clubhouse 7.
Okay.
And there's going to be also the virtual reality tour of dementia. And this is something that we have never done before. And it's they'll put on the goggles, and the mittens and something on the feet, and then walk into a room, and they'll actually get an actual virtual reality experience of having dementia.
Oh, that's pretty interesting, because I remember they used to do that for the kids so they could see what it was like to be drunk.
Yes.
So they would put that on. It's like, this is you when you're drunk, this is what you feel like. So similar to that.
Yes,
oh, that's really interesting. That sounds great.
And we also have another doctor who's going to be checking ears that day.
Okay, great.
And we will have Las Palmas is providing us with a lunch.
Oh, good, nice.
So we will have healthy wraps.
Yes.
And it's all free. The memory checkups are free.
That's great.
The virtual tour is free. The entrance is free.
And the wraps.
The lunch is free.
And the lunch is free. Well, you can't go wrong there. That's awesome.
And it's really fun.
Yeah, and it's going to be lots of fun. So it's going to be an all-day thing. And we hope people will, if you haven't signed up, it's okay to come, but just, we may not have enough lunch for everyone if you haven't registered.
Okay, good.
But
so
they're free. Everyone is free to come.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. It's very nice to have you on, and good luck. It sounds great.
Yeah, and this afternoon, just to mention, since we're on today, actually today, we're having a laughter class at Clubhouse 5.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
Well, everybody needs to laugh like we
Yes.
just did. So. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and again, that's going to be the Healthy Brain Expo, October 13th from 10 to 2 at Clubhouse 7. And RSVPs are appreciated but not necessary, but please call, you can email Leslie Coretti at yahoo.com. We'll be right back. Good, wonderful. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Wendy Miller, your Laguna Woods real estate professional. Have you been looking for a realtor?
Wendy Miller helped me through the challenging process of real estate here in Laguna Woods. She was helpful, she was fun, she was professional. I really recommend her.
Whether you're thinking of buying, selling, downsizing, or even relocating within Laguna Woods, I am your real estate professional and can help guide you through the entire process. Give me a call and I'll help you make the right move.
I choose to let someone else do the cooking. I choose to let someone else do the driving.
Choose to experience the good life at Villa Valencia in Laguna Hills. Call or visit us today.
Are you considering cremation? Pacific Cremation Society offers simple and affordable cremation plans. Why do families choose us? Simple and affordable, discounted membership pricing, chartered memorials at sea, expert service and compassionate care, free advanced planning guide and consultation. Call now for your free planning guide.
It's your retirement. How will you live it? How will you be remembered?
Will you be able to take me on vacation? Will you be there for my ball games? Will you teach me your values? You'll be able to play with me. Will help me go to college. How will I remember you?
Have the retirement you dream about. Contact us today.